watazamaji pamoja na wanafunzi wanaofuatilia vipindi hivi vya An-Nurul Mustafa katika masomo ya ziada, hasa katika kipindi hichi mloko huko majumbani. Mimi mbele yenu ni Ustadh Majid Ali Musa. Tendelea pamoja nanyi katika somo la Hisabati form 4. So we are going to start the topic of coordinate geometry. I choose these topics because the first topic, so let us start from the beginning, topic of form 4 level in mathematics. So we start with coordinate geometry. On this coordinate geometry, we have different subtopic within it. So we're going to learn through this coordinate geometry, equation of a line, midpoint of a line segment. Also we're going to learn with the distance between 2 points on a plane. The fourth subtopic of this coordinate geometry we're going to learn is parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel and perpendicular lines. But for today's lesson, we're going to start with the equation of a line. So for this equation of a line, we need maybe to find the general equation of a line, but there is terms within it. So for this one, the first thing you have to know the coordinate of a point. So maybe you have a graph. We're going to see it later. We have a graph, then we're going to notice what the coordinate of that graph. So the coordinate of a point are just the values of x and y enclosed by the bracket. So we have the value of x, comma, the value of y enclosed with a bracket, which are used to describe the position of the point in a line in the plane. So if you have a plane sheet which contain maybe x and y plane, we're going to have the value of y, x, and the value of y in order to know the position, which position at that point. So that the plane xy plane, it has two axes. It has the horizontal axis and it has the vertical axis. The vertical axis is noticed by y plane or y axis, and the horizontal axis is noticed by x axis, or horizontal axis noticed by x axis. So as we see on this graph, here we have a graph. This vertical is y plane, this horizontal is x plane. So here we have different points. We have A, B, C, D, and E. So I'm going to try to find the position from each point within this graph. Within the graph, we have to find the position of each point. So let us start with A. Look at on that A. So this A, so if we refer the x plane, this A is at position 2. If we refer the x plane, so let us refer the y plane, which is the vertical axis. So if we refer the vertical axis, this A is the third position. So always when we mention the position of the point on the graph, we start with the x and y. So here x is the value of 2 and y has the value of 3. So we get the coordinate of A is into bracket. We open the bracket 2, 3. I know you already learned maybe in form 2. So the same way here to set the position. I don't think that it will become difficult to you. Also for B here on the x plane it has 4, and this B on the y plane there is a 4 also. So to get the coordinate of B is 4, 4. Is 4, 4. That's the position of that letter B on the graph. Also we have C. Look at C. See, if we refer the x-axis, we have -3. If we refer the y-axis, it has the -1. So as I told you, we start with x comma y. So here we have -1 comma -3. -1 comma -3 as shown on this graph. Also D, look at D. D we have downside here. So if you refer the x-plane is 2 and the y-plane is -4. So the coordinate of D is 2, -4. But we have to put on a bracket. And the last one is letter E. So E is on the x-plane. But which number is 1? How about the y-plane? So here, this between at the origin always is 0, 0. So I mean for the x-plane is 0 and from the y-plane is 0. So E is on the x-plane. So if it is on the x-plane, so we notice the value of y here is 0. So if we note down the position of E, we get 1, 0. We get 1, 0. So here also for this coordinate geometry, we look at on the gradient or slope. We're going to look at from the different example, but we have to know these terms meaning. So the gradient or slope is the same thing, can be usually denoted by letter M. So just the measure of steepness of a line. So if you have a line, you just measure the steepness. But in a calculation, we say the gradient or slope is equal to change in y over change in x. So as whatever the case, but always change in y over change in x if you consider the 2 points. So let us look on the blackboard in order to understand it well. Okay, if we have given 2 points, maybe we say the gradient is equal to change in y over change in x. So if I have given 2 points, maybe x1, y1 and x2, y2. So let us use this gradient or slope. It's same thing if you use gradient or slope. So change in y over change in x. So if you have 2 points like this, so the gradient it is denoted by small letter m. So here to use this formula, so we take the change of y is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the gradient is equal to the ratio of this y2 minus y1. This one is change in y. x2 minus x1 is change in x. That's the gradient. Whatever the case, if we start, maybe we have these 2 points, maybe x2, y2 and x1, y1. Find the gradient. If we start this, we take this one minus this one. We take maybe this one is 0.1 or is A, this one is B. This one second point, this one first point. If you take this one y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, is same thing. this one and this one, whatever the case. But if you choose the point, the first point, or this one second point, just find the difference. Whatever the point, you start with it. If you take this point minus this one, or this point minus this one, it's same thing. There is no problem with that. So if we deal with the examples, if we deal with the example, so example number 1, find the gradient of the lines joining. So example number 1, let's say find the gradient of the lines joining maybe we have these 2 points. We have 5, 1 and 2, negative 2. B, we have 4, negative 2, negative 1, 0. Another C, we have negative 2, negative 3, and another point which is negative 4, negative 7. So find the gradient. So let us start the first one. So question number A. We have 5, 1 and 2, negative 2. Find the gradient. So first thing, we refer the formula. We have to refer the formula. So the gradient equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here we have 2 points. We have 5, 1. This one becomes the first one. So let 5, 1 be x1, y1, and this one second point, so 2, negative 2, let be x2, y2. So 2, negative 2 be x2, y2. So let us use this formula to find the gradient. So gradient become equal to, okay, what is x2? y2, sorry. So y2 is negative 2. So we put negative 2 minus, what is y1? y1 is 1. So negative 2 minus 1 over, what is x2? x2 is 2 minus, what is x1? x1 is 5. Then the gradient become equal to negative 2 minus 1 become equal to negative 3. So negative 2 minus 1 equal to negative 3. Here we have minus 2 minus 1, or negative 2 minus 1 equal to negative 3. How about this 2 minus 5? So because this 2 is smaller number compared to 5, but we need to subtract 5 from 2. But here we have to start with a negative. Then 5 minus 2 is 3. Or simply as 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Negative 3 over negative 3 equal to 1. So the gradient of this point equal to 1. So negative 3 over negative 3 equal to 1. Okay, question number B. We have these two points also. We have 2 points. So we have to find the gradient between these 2 points. So let this one 4 comma negative 2 be x1 comma y1, also negative 1 comma 0 be x2 comma y2. Okay, from the formula, so from the formula we have gradient or slope. Let us use the word slope, is same thing, equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here this one is y2 0, x2 is negative 1, y1 is negative 2, x1 equal to 4. So let us put on this formula. So 0 minus minus 2, y1 is negative 2 over, what is x2? x2 is negative 1 minus, what is x1? x1 is 4. So here 0 minus minus 2 is equal to 2 over minus 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 5. Then the answer becomes minus 2 over 5. This one is the slope from these 2 points. So the last one is question number C. So let us solve C. We continue with this example C in example 1. So just refer the formula here from slope equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here we take this question C. So we let negative 2 comma negative 3 be x1 comma y1. Also we have another point, negative 4 comma negative 7 be negative x2 comma y2. So here we have x2 comma y2. So x1 is negative 2, y1 is negative 3, x2 is negative 4, and y2 is negative 7. So just put on that formula. So we get slope equal to what? What is y2? y2 is negative 7. We put it here. Minus y1. What is y1? y1 is negative 3. So we minus negative 3 over x2 minus x1. What is x2? Is negative 4 minus, what is x1? x1 is negative 2. So we put it in a bracket. Then minus 7 or negative 7 here become plus over negative 4 minus and minus here become plus. So here negative 4 plus 2. So minus 7 or negative 7 plus 3 is equal to negative 4. Then here negative 4 plus 2. What is negative 4 plus 2? We subtract 4 from 2. So here we have negative 2. How about this negative cancel out? then 4 divided by 2 equal to 2. So the slope from this question is equal to 2. The slope from this question C is equal to 2. So let us continue with the example number 2, which is dealing with the same topic or same subtopic of gradient. So let us have this type of question. So example number 2. Here we have find the gradient. Sorry. Example number 2, the line joining A, the line joining the line joining 2, comma negative 3 and K, comma 5 has a gradient negative 2. Find K. B. Find the value of M. Of the line joining. If the line joining the point negative 5, comma negative 3 and 6, comma M has a slope of 1/2. This question is not direct, but it's not difficult. It's not direct as the example number 1. The example number 1 is direct question. Just find the slope. But here we say the line joining these 2 points has a gradient of negative 2. Find K. So we need to refer the formula of gradient. So solution, we start with question number A. So we have these 2 points. So let 2, comma negative 3 be x1, comma y1. x1 is 2, y1 is negative 3. And K, comma 5 be x2, comma y2. So, but this one has a gradient, so we have the value of slope. The value of slope is negative 2. The value of slope is negative 2. So from the formula, we have this formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We have this formula. So if we put the value of this formula, then just to simplify that expression, we are going to get the value of K. So what is slope? Slope is negative 2. y2, what the value of y2 is 5. Then y1 is negative 3. We put it here over x2. What is x2? x2 is K. That's the value we need to find, this value of K. Then what is x1? x1 is 2. So K minus 2. So by crossing multiplication here, so here maybe it has 1, negative 2 over 1. So K minus 2 multiplied by minus 2. So minus negative 2, K minus 2 equal to. So here minus is plus. So 5 plus 3. Okay, let us open the bracket here. So negative 2 times K. Negative 2K. Negative 2 times negative 2, you have negative times negative, positive. So here we're going to get plus 4 equal to. So equal to 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Is equal to 8. So let us continue solving this question. So we need to find the value of k. So negative 2k plus 4 equal to 8. Take this 4 to that side. So here it has the positive, then here becomes the negative. So negative 2k equal to 8 minus 4. So 8 minus 4 is 4 minus 2k. Then divide by 2 both sides. Negative 2. 4 divided by negative 2. Then here is cancel each other. Then the value of k become equal to negative 2. The value of k become equal to negative 2. So this question be solved like this. After here, so we have to cross multiplication in order to get the value of k. Then by using the algebraic expression here, we put the number on that side. Then we the number which contains this variable k remain on this side in order to find the value of k. So question number B. This one is question number A. Let us go to the question number B. So question number B. Find the value of m if the line joining the points negative 3, negative 5, negative 3 and 6, m has a slope of 1 over 2. So here just we refer the formula. So from slope equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have this slope. The slope is 1 over 2. Also we have 2 points. So let negative 3, 5, negative 5 be x1, y1 and 6, m be x2, y2. So this question be solved as the previous one. So put on that formula. So you get 1 over 2. What is y2? y2 is m minus. What is y1? y1 is negative 3 over. What is x2? x2 is 6. Is 6, right? Minus, what is x1? x1 is negative 5. So we put it here, negative 5. So let us continue simplifying this question. Minus plus over. Here minus also 6 minus 5. So 6 plus 5. Then 1 over 2 equal to m plus 3 over. What is 6 plus 5? 6 plus 5 is 11. So here by crossing multiplication, 11 times 1 is 11 equal to. Then 2 multiplied by m plus 3. So here we need to solve this one, open the bracket and then take m on one side and number on another side in order to get the value of m. So here 11 equal to 2m plus 6. Then 2m equal to minus 11, minus 6. We take this 6 to the side. Then m equal to, here we have 5, here we have 2. Divide 2 both sides. So divide by 2, divide by 2. M is equal to 5 over 2. So this value of m is what we need to find it. So let us stop here in our lesson. Ndugu watazamaji katika channel ya Nurul Al-Mustafa, katika mwendelezo wa elimu ya ziada, naomba tuishie hapo pamoja na wanafunzi wote kwa jumla, na waomba wazidi kufuatilia channel yetu katika vipindi vijavyo, na wajaribu kutafuta maswali tofauti ya swali